Bada boom! Realest one in the goddamn room. How you doing? I am the Breakmaster, and we are here today for some more seasonal talk. This is episode 6 of seasonal talk, and this week, for some reason, there was a lot of love in the air, a lot of romance, a lot of blooming of fragrances of all kinds of love happening. So we're gonna be talking about a lot of different animes this season of talk right now, because there's like I think 11 shows on the bracket, and I'm not even putting every show I'm watching right now on the bracket. So look. It's getting longer, it's getting bigger, it's getting stronger. So, I hope you guys are ready for this seasonal talk discussion. Let us get the intro ready and going. Anna! Oh my god! It's Anna M! It's her! It's her! Oh my goodness! How you doing? How you doing? Welcome in. We're gonna start off with the good old classic. Might as well start a little bit of this. There's freaking Secret Dove in the building too. It's a secret, but not anymore. Welcome in, Doves. Welcome in. Yeah, that's me. Y'all's the intro. Had no sound. I don't care at this freaking point. You know what? Look, you saw the intro. The visuals there. That's all that matters. My computer's acting real stupid right now. So we here though. We here. Okay. Welcome in. So without further ado. Solo camping. Yes, we're still watching the show. And you know what? Like, I can't say it's like a nothing episode. This is one of those episodes where it's like, hey, the dude here is finally being nice to the lady, to the chick here that we're seeing, right? I don't know why too. I just want to highlight real quick, because Anna kind of brought this up when we were watching it. But like, there's this moment, freeze frame even, where we see the chick kind of turn around and it freezes, and it's like it's not trying to like just like zoom in on the butt, but like those pants were pantsing, okay? But that's besides the point. This show is doing the wholesome thing where he's finally trying to open up a bit. He even says solo camping for 2. He actually said it, and she's sitting there like, oh my god, and she's like throwing off this entire episode simply because the man was actually acting nice. The man was actually acting nice to her the whole time. And she's like, why? What's going on here? So yeah, he's finally opening up. He's allowing her to get inside. Pause. You know what I mean? But it's finally happening. Like, romance is a blooming for this. Relationship can happen. And she apparently cares about him. She was about to even say it in the episode, but then she had to stop herself and start blushing. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting wholesome over here. Okay? We're in here now. Welcome in, by the way, Ghost Tab. I see you over there. I see you over there. But show needs ratings, viewers. Look. I mean, I feel like we're going to go down that path at some point. Anyways, you got to remember the first episode, right? The first episode had her in her freaking underwear. It's not like they're shy from booty shots. I'm just saying, all right? So y'all like exactly. Yes. They it's not. That's like two or three different shows that dropped the title this week. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. I don't know why that is. That's very weird. That's so welcome. Everybody coming in here. Let's go, baby. This one's very cute. Yeah, it's cute. It's like it's not gonna move any mountains. It's not gonna change the game for anime. It's not even like the best like romance show in this season. You know what I mean? Because that's freaking flowers right there, right? They doing this. Though Don is like right there too. All right, but it's nice. It's nice. Because camping sucks ass in real life, bruh. Look, this show is also a good highlight to actually get you into the feel of wanting to camp, right? Also, Peach, welcome in. How you doing? But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's supposed to get you into the feel of camping, and there's a lot of useful information in this show that you can apply and is applicable into real life. Like, you can do this by following this show's lead of how to make a campfire, because that's what we're doing this entire episode, is trying to figure out how to make a campfire with softwood and hardwood, making sure you have bundles and stuff like that. You got to do it in the slow manner where you get some twigs and then you rub them together and you make some fire. Right, let's go. So Kevin's good. Yeah, be in the middle ground. Exactly. You're doing the little D route. Oh, no, let's not talk about the little D. Let's not talk about the little D route. All right. What are we doing? What are we doing here? But yeah, that is the solo of camping. All right. So the show's good. I'm liking it so far. Again, spoiler alert. There's like 10 other shows to talk about here, so I'm just gonna spoil this right now. This ain't anime of the week, okay? I'm just gonna keep it real with you guys. Like, it's a good show, but like we're not. I don't think it's ever gonna win anime of the week. I just wanna. I'm not saying it's. I mean, maybe for all we know, maybe it can do something different. you know what I mean? Maybe it might change the game up. Who knows? But no, it didn't do it. But let's move on. Let's move on. Look, now this right here, all right, Rebirth verse. The show right here, it just keeps doing it. It keeps giving. It just keeps giving. And this week's episode, it was even giving even more. This man out here looking at himself and is like crushed by everything that was actually going on. He finally has the full truth, and we get the full picture of like what's actually going on in the world here that he's in. He's actually not time jumping. He's just jumping into a different reality. And there's like 100 different realities that this dude's actually making, right? The man that he has to actually fight, Hiroaki-san, right? He has to go fight this dude. He's the dude masterminding this entire freaking plan, and he's going to have all those 100 worlds collide together at one point in time. All the information's going to come together. Only the strong survives. Basically, that's what this is. He's going to get the strongest world, put them all together, and that's going to be able to cultivate an even stronger universe, and then you can finally get some actual proper information. Like it's some crazy out of pocket, out of this world type of like idea, and I really like it because this is not the same thing like Ray Zero. Ray Zero is like time travel and you're going back in time and trying to fix the situation. You can't fix the situation in this. Certain, like in the world he fell into, some of the comrades that he knows were actually already dead. And he kind of can't really do much about that. And because he doesn't have the star in his hand, the star in his hand allows him to be able to like see the fault. Like he can see not the real truth, actually, weirdly enough. Because he doesn't have the star in his hand anymore, he can see what's actually going on in the real world, where there's literally just two machines fighting against each other. There's no dark beast that's fighting against the machine. No, it's two pilots fighting against each other, and only one survives. So he was actually killing other comrades throughout this entire show that we've known. So it's like, it's I really appreciate this and appreciate the fact of how he reacted, because yeah, anyone would react in a situation where you're feeling like hopeless and don't know what to do because you're cooked at this point. You're cooked, you know what I mean? But Sukumiya-san, end of this episode, super interesting because apparently she got another type of like role going on here as well. She's not just a dancer, all right? But she is someone that doesn't like the status quo that this man's doing, and she wants to actually fight against this as well. And she also has abilities in of her own right. So actually, funny enough, I think that mask actually does have some abilities tied to it that Sukumiya-san gave to this man. So I do wonder what's going on with all that. All right. Like I said, this show's good. I like where we're going with this plot. I'm liking the characters. This show's really going on all cylinders. It started off really slow and not that interesting to it being probably one of the best this season. It's shocking. It's shocking. If you're not watching this Rebirth Verse, you should watch Rebirth Verse. It's a good show, especially if you like shows like Ray Zero and things of that nature that have this type of like, it's like that, similar but different when it comes to like the travel aspect of the ability here. In the show about Cameron is not anime of the season. Look, I'm just saying, all right, look. I didn't know you were still watching this. I'm still keeping up with everything, man. I'm watching everything, Desto. Come on, man, you already know this. That last week reveal was crazy. This week episode was even crazier on the explanation. Show really reminds you of Baccano, but good. I mean, it's doing a really good job. Unlike Ray Zero, each world builds from the last one. Exactly, yes, literally. Yes, literally. That show doesn't throw his kills under the rug. Yeah, exactly. So knows he won't be able to clean his hands. Exactly. And I appreciate that. But yeah, he didn't know no better. Like, it's not like he knew what he was doing. Unfortunately, the veil has been, lifted, and now he sees everything. And yeah, put on the radar. You should definitely don't just put it on your radar. You should actually watch this week. Like, Dubs, I think you'll enjoy this. I was saying the show was going to get that good. Yeah, same. I knew the show was going to be this good. I was like, because again, you recommended it to me. I'm like, all right. I watched a couple episodes. I'm like, it's not bad. I mean, it's not terrible like some other shows I was trying to watch, but like this one's like, it's all right. But then all of a sudden, he just switched it up on me, and I'm like, oh, Rebirth Verse, you about it. You about it. You're a real one. So keep an eye out for the show. This might be the best of this season, potentially. If it keeps up this track, it might be the best of this season. And that's something to say, given that we have Danadon on the list. Togepi Original Sin just came out, right? Like, this could actually take over. I'm just saying. Look. Yeah, give it a couple episodes. Well, let's continue onwards to the next show. And we got Betrothed by My Sister's Ex. So this is some crazy crap going on right now. Because the end of this episode, we got some theories going on here. We got some theories going on here. Because this family that Marie comes from, they kind of weird. So I'm not liking this situation at all. But the one thing I really liked about this week's episode is that Marie grew a backbone and is becoming more accustomed to the life that she's now in with the prince. And it's really nice because she actually spent time with the prince's mother, and the mother realized just how smart she actually is, how smart Marie is, and like all the knowledge she actually has, like, is being all out there in the forefront now. Now she's being more acclimated, and the mother freaking really showed out this episode, just showed that she is a caring person, was a caring hand to Marie, and Marie just started bawling because she never had that kind of affection at all because her family was trash. Her mother never probably even gave this girl a hug. The only hug she ever got was when she was probably a baby, and even then, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of insane. It's the levels of BS that she had to go through, and then she's finally in this position where there's actually love and care and people all around her that actually care about her. You know what I mean? So that's why she's finally getting a bit of like understanding, because now she understands and knows that her parents are actually trash. Like, they've always treated her badly and bullying her and so on and so forth, which is why I want to know what the perspective is when it comes to her sister. When it comes to her older sister, I'm kind of curious of what she actually views her when it comes down to what was going on with the two, because again, the parents being as bad as that is, I do wonder how the sister was actually trying to be the in-between of all that, right? Because I feel like there's still something missing when it comes to like that aspect of the story, right? We haven't really talked about that. But it's also cool to see because like the prince here ultimately wants to just try to do the best he can to protect her. And so he was hiding like notes of like death threats and other things of that nature from her. But he had to come clean at some point here, but she took it like a champ. And he's realizing as this episode is going on, realizing that you don't have to protect Marie so much because she is also an individual, someone that can also be strong. She just needs to have, the proper care and a support system to actually hold her up, because she's never had that. So, with all that said and done, what's going on with the parents? Supposedly, there was a letter that they're making it seem as though the older sister that died, is actually still alive. We also find out apparently she has a brother. Marie has a brother. So the theory here is the brother is acting as the older sister, and they got that boy dressed up right now, all right? Because like at the end of the episode, she's like, "Oh, you're so pretty. You're so pretty. Yes, so good, so good." I was like, "Oh God, all right. This is cause for concern. I'm terrified. This is what are we doing over here?" But yeah, they're trying to get in the way of this happiness that Marie's finally getting, because like the father's like, "You get back here immediately. You have duties to attend to. Get over here." Who might be at the end? It might be a doll. It could just be simply a doll. But I mean, for all we know, look, I'm just saying there was a brother there. It might not even just be a doll. So there's like three theories, right? It could be like a doll situation, which is weird. It can either be the brother dressed up as the sister, or it could be the sister, right? But she's dead, and that's why there's that blank stare there. And they just picked up her body and said, "You're still alive. You're still alive. You're so pretty." Like, I'm just saying, like, it could be anything, bro. Like, it sounds like it's gonna get wild. All right, it's gonna get wild. Okay. The sister was oblivious on the situation. I still think the sister faked her death. She commented that she wanted to open her own store in the city. I mean, she did, but I mean, you never know. She could have like faked her death for all we know. It's not impossible, especially considering the circumstances that we finally know when it comes to like what happened with the carriage and everything like that, because it wasn't like an instant death. So there's a potential chance she could still be alive. It's not likely, is what they're saying, but it's not 100% certain. You feel me? So like, she could still be alive. Obviously, reverses against heavy hitters like Togepi and Donadon, solo camp, and he said solo camp. Stop it, bringing flowers. It's like a solo camp in there. Like, oh, that's a heavy hitter right there. I mean, it's good. Like, again, Patrol Over My Sister X, this is a really good show. Good romance too, because I'm really liking the relationship between the prince and Marie. It's nice. Like, I can't help when I ever see these two together. Like, they work really well together. And again, I love the fact that the mother is like taking her in as her own. She said, "No, I love you. Like, we're here. We're family. Okay. Like, I look forward to you actually getting married to my freaking son. Because, like, God dang it, you actually kind of nice. I didn't expect all this. I just thought you were just gonna be some pin doll, whatever the case is. But no, you smart. You freaking, you know how to write our language. Like, so, out here writing notes. Like, what are you doing? So like I said, I like this show. Like this is good. This is a good anime. God dang it, y'all need to be watching this. Family, exactly, family. Move on to the next one. One of our new contenders on the list is Let's Go Karaoke, because I just started watching this show. 4 episodes in so far with this, and I gotta say, I wasn't sure about this at first for the first 2 episodes, but then that 3rd episode hit, and I was like, bro, what's going on here? What is happening? So I was very intrigued to know what was going to happen with the next episode. And so I can say this again, at the 4 episodes in, it's not bad. I am like 50-50 with this, interestingly enough. I like it, but with how episode 4 ended, it's like we're kind of repeating the same thing, but the difference is he's just older now, is the thing here. So the dude with the glasses you're seeing here, I believe he was like, what, in middle school, in high school, somewhere around. I thought they said middle school, but I think he was in high school, because he's in college now, and they only said it was like a 3-year jump. So I'm assuming that he was actually in high school this entire time. But he got swept away by this freaking mafia man, Yakuza man, and this Yakuza man basically wanted this child to teach him how to sing so that he doesn't have to get like a tattoo, and it's because his boss sucks at doing tattoos. So that's the whole premise of the show here. It was going on, and then they kind of bond between that time, or he's eating a bunch of freaking rice, and he's giving pointers to not just him, but to other Yakuza members that he ends up bringing along. So it's just like, it's a whole thing, and it's like, it's leaning towards that this kid might become a Yakuza member at some point in time here, because with how episode 4 was going, this dude, because of how episode 3 happened. So episode 3, there was a situation that happened with one of the main characters. We thought he was gone, but not really. But we didn't know at the time. So this dude was singing his heart out for the dude that died. So it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. I'm not trying to spoil too much of it, because we just talked about this right now. We're literally just in this at this moment. First time talking about it, so I don't want to spoil too much of it. This is fun. It's a fun watch. It's also super interesting in that they use real songs. This is not like, they're not just making up random songs for people to sing. Like, these are actual legit songs in the show that are licensed. So I don't know how they're getting the funds to actually put this in the anime, but it's really nice to see that they're actually singing real songs. So I do like that about this karaoke anime. And like I said, there's a lot of emotional stakes that are there. And just a lot of false friends also that's kind of going on here. You're kind of seeing like the dynamics when it comes to like people that are around these main characters and how they are. And like I said, there is still this undertone that I do want to talk about just real quick. It's throwing me off just slightly, that because again, he was like in high school. I don't know why the Yakuza dude, like the way he be talking sometimes, even in the latest episode, it's just like, I don't know. It gives off a weird vibe, and it concerns me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if we're going down that path. I don't know if we are. He's much older now, but still, it's just like, are we really going down that path of what we're doing? Because I don't want the show to do that. Like, I just want them to be friends. Like, let's let them be friends. Okay, Anna, I got you. I see you over there. So you went to go do the thing. You're doing the thing. Yeah, Porno Graffiti song came out on. Yeah, exactly. I was like, Porno Graffiti. Oh, I was like, excuse me? What is going on here? Oh, boy. What happened? God dang it. He's going through adolescence, so he's finishing middle school and then about to enter high school. But I thought they said college. I swear like they said college. That was throwing me off. I was like, but I thought they said middle school. So I'll double check on the translation on that thing to see what's actually going on here. Because I thought they said college. Like how the show doesn't hide away from the fact that the Yakuza is dangerous. They haven't gone full violence. Yeah, they haven't showed that yet, but there's like little its and bits, like you see somebody's freaking finger and all that crap, right? So they haven't gone too deep into what the Yakuza be doing, but they be doing some dangerous things, okay? All right? And where did this show come from? Look, again, Ghost Tab was one that recommended it. I was like, let me see what's going on with this. The show's not bad. Like I said, the show's decent. I'll give it that, but I'll wait and see, because I don't want the show to get weird. He's like, oh, mama. Yeah, I know. Can I tell you, I like the show. It's different. It is different. That's the other thing about the show, too. Again, it's a karaoke anime with Yakuzas, so it's always going to be a bit different, and I appreciate that. I do appreciate that about the show. All right. Okay, we read everything. Let's keep going. Let's go on to the next show. Hotel Inhumans. It's so interesting how this show kind of fell from grace a little bit. Now, this episode does kind of pick up a little bit better because it's a 2-parter episode, which is nice to see. So we have this assassin, which, I mean, that's going to keep happening every time I talk about the show, because there's always an assassin somewhere, right? But there's an assassin. She has a time limit on how long she can live, basically. And so what she ultimately wants is to have this miso soup that her, I guess, adopted mother, or is that her? I think it was adopted mother, right? That wanted to actually, she wanted to taste that miso soup that her adopted mother made her, basically, because the mother's no longer alive at this point, so she can never actually have that food. So she wants to be able to have at least one more time before she dies, and so she employed the Inhuman staff to be able to actually see if they can make this, all while trying to protect her because there's a hit on her because everybody trying to go and kill her. And so the blonde haired chick over here is like, oh my god, I gotta kill everybody. So she out here whooping booty. All right, everybody dying in face of her. Like she is freaking strong as heck. It's like you don't want to mess with her. I don't know why they keep coming. You might as well just stop, because like it's not working out. It's not working out. There's a reason why she is good at her job. Okay, like she is a problem. Will they be able to make that miso soup? We'll find out in the next episode, because we haven't got to that point yet to see if they can actually do it. But it's a nice heartfelt episode. There was a lot more emotional stakes. I felt like this reminded me of the other two-parter episode that they had for Hotel Inhumans. So, like, ultimately, I feel like this is the right direction that they need to go for this show, simply because I felt like the last couple episodes when they weren't doing like two-parters and only there's episodic episodes, those were the weakest like ones, because it never had time to really build up their story and for you to actually have a stronger connection with the character that they're trying to present to us within that episode, right? I feel like there is like a lot of stuff lacking in that with the one episode episodic nature of things here. It's not like you can't always hit a banger every time, right? So sometimes stretching a certain plot along for 2-3 episodes wouldn't be a bad thing. So I'm glad that we're getting to the two-parter section again. That's good. So I just hope that we keep on this track of good stories being told in this setting here, and just getting more information, because we are getting to see more staff from the hotel, like hotel members, which is good to see, because there's more than just those two actually working there. So we're actually seeing other people as well. So overall, like I said, the show's good, but it started off strong. It kind of fell apart, and I think it's starting to pick back up where we're at right now when it comes to Hotel Inhumans. But I am liking it so far. It's not bad. Then the lullaby sounded better than the pop rock group song from before. Yeah, look, we ain't gonna talk about that song. That song's freaking terrible, bro. The missing ingredient is either bear or drips of blood, given the nature of the show. I mean, there could be more, like, because like the way they're kind of depicting assassins, I'm gonna say they're like not bad people or anything. It's just like I feel like they're not showing the underbelly. Like a good example of a show that kind of shows the underbelly of like human beings is Death Parade. That episode 11 in Death Parade, I think it was episode 11. It changed like the whole game of what the show was about. I think it's episode 10. It was one that where it's like the decision the dude made, it shocks you, because it's like, bro, what? Excuse me? So I feel like we need something along those lines where we have a dude that is just a cold, like thirsty blooded kind of person, and he still employs the hotel staff to try to do something, but come to find out he's just a really bad person, right? Like we need an episode like that, I think, coming for this. Like they need to do something along those lines, because assassins are not always gonna be this like jolly and understanding, right? Like I feel like there's gotta be those ones that are just super unhinged, and they need kind of more of those kind of characters. We kind of saw a little snippet of that with the dude with the amnesia, but I feel like we need somebody that's like more on the other side, and I think that would make it a little bit more interesting, and maybe also an overall like an overall plot to follow, because I feel like right now, with how episodic nature the show is, there really isn't a plot to follow this, like to follow the story when it comes to characters here. It's the hotel, and this is what they do. You know what I mean? It's kind of like freaking CSI Miami or whatever the case is, or Law and Order, I should say. It's more Law and Order, right? It's like it's one of those kind of shows where it's like they need to branch off into an actual plot line for these characters to kind of go to or go towards. I'd like to think so anyways, right? So I think that's what's ultimately missing with Hotel Inhumans, is why it's kind of struggling a little bit. I feel like for me anyways. Except was the anime gangster speed grapher world is broken, but show the good and the chaos. Yeah, exactly. Kind of you need to see both viewpoints. The main point of the show, even human people will have feelings. Which, I mean, I get it. I understand that, but that's like it wouldn't contradict to still see the other side regardless, because those are both sides of the same coin. You can't have one without the other. Like, you kind of need that to still be there. And I do wonder when it comes to, because these two don't seem that bad of like people, right? So it makes you wonder, will they take the necessary steps to protect somebody that's just pure evil, right? Like, would they? Because if they get employed by this guy, do they do that? Do they do these things to actually make whatever he wants happen, right? Like, I wonder about that. And that's why I'm like, it would be something to do, or for them to do, if they decide to go that route. It would be interesting to see, because I'm curious what kind of options are available for people like that, right? Because not all of them are gonna be like this. But exactly, because I'm just trying to say they don't touch on that, and they need to, given the severity and how serious like tone the show can be, and what the tone even is. They can do more with it. They're just not doing it yet. But again, I don't know if does this have 12 episodes or is it 24? Like, how long is this show? Because if it's like a 12, 13 episode long type of series, they really do need to pick it up a little bit then, if that's the case. But if it's 24 or 25, that'll be different. That'll be different, because then they can take their time a little bit with their episodic nature. That's the only thing I don't know actually when it comes to how long this show actually is, and that would also kind of change my viewpoint just a little bit, because the pacing of how the show is then, if that's the case, right? But Hotel Him is not bad. It's not bad. But let us continue onwards to the next show, which is Gachiakuta. The fact that I remember all this is kind of insane. I just want to tell y'all right now, I don't have a script. So all of this is in my brain. So I watch these shows one time, and this is how much I'm consuming that content and having the understanding. Like, you see what I'm doing here? Like, this is not easy. So I should be writing a script, but I'm not. All right. So with Gachiakuta, we're still seeing more. It's weird. Because again, I like the aesthetic. I like some of the side characters at this point, right? But the main character, Rudo, I don't know, man. Like, I mean, he's trying to get better. Like, I'm not trying to hate on him necessarily, and I understand where he's coming from, because he was on the field, he was supposed to just do a task and sit there and do nothing, and he couldn't even do that correctly, and so he's kind of beating himself up because he's just a useless sack of garbage is what he's saying to himself, right? And so one of the cleaners have to come over there and kind of like pep talk him, like, bro, you're not trash, all right? You can be better than trash, but you gotta be able to learn, you know what I mean? Like, just get your head up out of your ass and you'll be good. Don't worry, all right? But it was a good pep talk that the dude had, actually. All right. Oh, the dome was crazy. I know, Dubs. I don't know how I'm doing it, but I am. But the conversation that they had, it was nice. It really did uplift Rudo, and it just showed him what was interesting about it is the fact that, because Rudo never really had a proper community. If you think about where he was living in the upper world, in the upper area, he only had that one chick, right? I can't remember her freaking name anymore at this point, because she's so trash, just portraying Rudo like that. But she was like the only one outside of his father, right, that took care of him, that actually cared about him, right? Everybody else was kind of just like, looking him sideways. Like, he never had a community of people actually show care and affection in certain ways, right? Like, there is some kind of camaraderie that's actually there in this whole underground that he's in now. So he's finding a place for himself in this environment, and he's starting to really come into the feel, of this entire thing here. So it was kind of nice to see where like the light actually kind of like lights up a bit and showcases like, oh, this is actually not a bad place to be. They're actually not bad people after all. Like, this is nice. This is nice. So again, this is just seeing the development of Rudo. He's finally getting out of that slump, and hopefully he can start utilizing his abilities a lot more, because again, there's another situation, unfortunately, that they have to go and deal with. They got a report about something going on, and so they had to go see what's going on with that. And Rudo had to be involved with this entire situation because, why not give him more experience, right? More experience in the field means better opportunities for this man to actually grow. So they go out there, and unfortunately, there's a trap. I mean, we already knew it was a trap. It was obvious. Like, this, again, with how this show is, I can't help it. This is like one of the biggest downsides to Gachiakuta so far, is that it is extremely predictable. Like, the moment they saw this dude outside and was like, oh, we need help, and there's somebody from the upper world that I have, you can come and go look. And it's like, bruh, this is obvious trap. like the thing was a doll when we freaking finally saw who it was they're talking about. And it's like, bro, it's obvious a trap. So yeah, there's a whole fight that happened. The fight was freaking epic. I will give it that. Animation was freaking really going in on this. Again, fight scenes are really good in the show, so they kind of know what they're doing with this. So like I said, we have the story plot kind of progressing right now. There is a certain individual looking for Rudo at this point because he ended up getting a lot of information and details about this guy, about Rudo. So this dude is about to start looking for him. And yeah, Rudo better watch out. But Rudo needs to get good. He needs to get good with his abilities so he can actually be more useful in the situation. It's time for him to stop moping. It's time for him to start really actually being proactive in the situation and being stronger here. So I do look forward to seeing like where that goes and how he's actually going to be able to how he's going to be able to utilize his ability to the fullest, because his ability is busted. He can make anything a weapon basically. So I do look forward to seeing just the different type of applications of what his ability can actually do. So I look forward to that. But yeah, overall, Gachiakuta isn't bad. The only thing, like I said, that have a problem with is that it's a very predictable show. You can tell where it's gonna be going here. It's not like it's hiding anything from you, basically. So you know where we're going with this. And predictability isn't always bad, because you can still have enjoyment for the show. Especially considering, like, I watched Tiger and Bunny. Tiger and Bunny is a very predictable anime, but I enjoyed it regardless, at least for the first season. So I feel like Gachiakuta has that same thing. I just do hope that we can find a way to make this a little bit more original, where it feels more unpredictable and more organic in that sense. So I do look forward to seeing where we go from here to make this a bit of a better show. But I do like, again, the aesthetic of the show is really good. The plot of it is actually very interesting. In the world building, I think the world in of itself is the most interesting aspect of Gachiakuta that keeps me watching the show, just based off of that, because it's so interesting. Just the trash world that they're in right now. I do like it. It's very generic. I still like it. Yeah, exactly. We needs to pull the MC skills. I'm waiting for it. It's gonna happen, I know, but it's just like right now he's still having some existential crises that he needs to like overcome here, but he's not bad. Rudo is doing his thing. He's gonna get there. He's gonna get there. But let us move on to the next anime. I literally just watched this episode here, and this is Fragrant Flowers. This right here is the pinnacle of what romance anime should be. So this episode pretty much dealt with the best friend and her feelings of the entire situation between these two right here, basically, right? That's what this episode is pretty much dealing with. And god dang it, the emotions were high. She had to pretty much console the best friend that, hey, I love you, and I know you're trying to do good for me. It's all good. Don't worry about it. But she out here beating herself up. She's like, oh my god. Oh my goodness, I hate myself. I'm gonna have to find a way to love myself at some point, but I hate myself. But it was nice, between that and that whole situation kind of breaking down, and then she getting all the information that what I can't remember. Sumugi. Yeah, that's Sumugi. Sumugi's a guy, by the way. That's what I throw it out there. That's it's Ringo. Ringo. I think that's the girl's name. But Sumugi, the dude, he like they both kind of confess in a way. Like she confessed basically that she does like freaking Sumugi, like 100% to her best friend. She's like, yes, I do. All right, like this is it. And he kind of ultimately did the same thing. He didn't say it exactly like that, but pretty much did the same thing here. It's like, I'm going to still be talking to her. Like, we still got to come together. Like, this is going to happen. And so the best friend ultimately is like, you know what? I can accept this. Like, it's funny because she ends up finding out freaking Sumugi is just a dude that is way too kind. Like, the way he was talking to her, she was sitting there like, bruh, you talking about my best friend right now. Like, who are you? So it was nice to see. And now they're friends. Because she was asking to be friends with Sumugi, which is, it's kind of cute. I was like, oh, well, look at this. Well, you look at this. Freaking Chidori and Kikyo coming together. Let's go, baby. Y'all read best of friend those skills? Yeah, exactly. So it's chilling. Oh, let me see. Mugiwa's ancestor. Let's not do that, man. Let's not do this, man. They'll open their own Pringles factory at the end of the show. I really hope not. All right. Look, we're not talking about summer pockets, okay? That show's almost done. And I'll talk about it probably towards the end of seasonal talk. But, like, god dang it, man. Look, the fact that his name's Sumugi, it bothers me. But that's why I remember his name now. Because I'm like, it's actually summer pocket connection. But that's besides the point, all right? This is nice. I really like the structure of the show and the anime and just, the love that's there. They're about to get together at this point. I'm kind of curious of, like, when they decide to actually get together, I'm pretty sure Samugi's friends are gonna be fine with this whole situation. Like, he just actually gotta talk to him, and I think they're gonna be okay with it. Like, it's funny how it's kind of shown like that. It's easy to, like, understand, like, if you have good friends, they're gonna still be there regardless of what's going on, and maybe they're gonna be the ones to be able to bridge the gap between Kikyo and Chidori, and maybe Chidori can become better because of Kikyo. I mean, who knows, right? But there is that feud, and there is the whole thing when it comes to the teachers. Apparently, the teachers also feel into this whole feud between the two schools. So I do wonder how that is actually going to play a part in this whole situation when it comes to the relationship and how this is actually going to progress. Because I don't think it's just going to be simply outside forces from just the students. The school is going to be able to jump in this and get in the way as well. So there are two lovers and two different worlds trying to come together. And I do hope that they do, because it's freaking cute. Like, I really like this show. This is nice. So, Summer's almost over. Yeah, it's almost done, man. We're almost at the finish line, Ghost Tab. We're almost at the finish line. But this is such a good anime. If you're not watching, I'm gonna say Summer Pockets. God dang it, see, Ghost Tab, you're in my mind right now with freaking Summer Pockets. if you're not watching Fragrant Flowers, you need to be watching this show. Especially if you love romance animes, it's easy. Recommend for that. This show's great. Okay, like, I really like this show. But is it anime of the week? We gotta find out. All right, gotta find out. Let's continue onwards though. We got dun 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 dun. I like to add a little spice to some of these things here. This is a season 2 of a show, and I decided, you know what? Let's talk about Don Don a little bit, because I like talking about Don Don. I don't get to talk about Don Don enough, so this is why we're here talking about Don Don, because, like, it's kind of going in. Again, romance is the key factor of this week, and when it comes to Okarun and Ayase-san, romance stepped it up. Okay, so where we left off from last week's episode, Ayase's best friends, the two friends, right, take this freaking boy Okarun to where Ayase works. Ayase works at a maid cafe. God, it was cringe. So I don't know if you guys been to cons. I'm pretty sure you've experienced at least one time at a maid cafe, because what they do at maid cafes was exactly like this in the show. They were doing the freaking Mew beam. I was like, oh no, Pewdie beam. He's like, Pewdie. You gotta do like a little circle because it makes your food really good. And he's like, pew. I actually did it. I did it live in real life in front of everybody. All right, my older brother. I need to find that video. My older brother. Because Anna, you know how he is, right? But this man went on stage because they needed somebody to do it, and so they freaking coaxed this dude to get on stage and say that he loves maid cafes. He screamed it to the top of his lungs, made him say that crap. I was like, bruh. But yeah, so there's a whole thing with this, and it was so awkward between the two, and it's funny too because, like, again, Okaru was protesting the entire time that he don't want to go, he doesn't want to do it, and he ain't gonna order anything while he's there. But now that Ayase's there, he said, actually, I mean, I might as well order a little something. I was like, oh, really now? So it was cute. After she got done working and going through that whole thing, because she started getting, like, better at it as time went on. After that day was done, this dude Okarun, because Okarun actually asked, like, when are you gonna be done at work, and he knows the time now because she told him. This man came back to walk her home. The chivalry is not dead. Chivalry is not dead, guys, because Okarun is keeping it on his back right now, bro. And you know what they did? This dude was actually he was the one actually pushing for this a little bit. I was like, making a move right now. He wanted to hold hands. Because they hold hands in the car, right? Remember that? So he wanted to hold hands walking home. And you know what they did? They held hands walking home. Man, freaking, I said, I love them. They're adorable. They're freaking adorable. I freaking love them, all right? Like, these two right here. This is why I get very annoyed by Ira. Because she needs to get out the goddamn way. Like, my thing is, let me back up a little bit. So, Gigi still is dealing with Evil Eye, right? He's having better control over it. And it's like, cool. So now you can take warm water or lukewarm water, right? So he's good with that. Unfortunately, freaking Ira over here drinking a boba tea, freaking spills it on the man. It's like, why? And Ayase almost died. If Ayase didn't drink that hot water at that time like she did and, like, kept it in her mouth, she would have been dead. All right? She would have been dead. But she survived that. And freaking Okra was panicking, pushed Gigi out the way once he was able to get back to it. Man, and now ever since then, they've been kind of like, there's like a tension there. There's tension there all of a sudden because like you almost killed Einstein. You almost killed my baby. All right, like how dare you? So yeah, with all that said and done, Okra wants to be stronger, and so Turbo Granny is actually going to now teach him about her powers, basically, know how to actually utilize them better. And so they go with Ira, because Ira is like, what are you doing? What's going on? I'm not leaving till you tell me. And like, she's being stupid. And so she's there in the way the entire time. She's in the way. I saw next episode preview, freaking Okra is carrying this chick. She's just in the way. Like, that's why I don't like her. She's like, when is she actually going to be useful? Because so far, from what I've seen from her, she's just an annoying character. First, she's a pompous, annoying character, but now she's just annoying in general. Like, she's in the way. She's got to do something, bro. She's got to do something else. Okay, so I'm hoping that her character gets better in some ways, because so far, I'm not liking her, like, at all. But that's besides the point. This boy trying to get strong, and in the episode has freaking Beethoven and his crew gonna teach him, like, tempo, which is, like heck, I'm not gonna lie, crap threw me all the way off. I was like, why? What? We got the goats. Like, I was so confused. I was like, why are we doing this? But sure, this is not what we're talking about. All right. All right. So Korean shaking my head. I'm just trying to figure out what she does that's actually gonna be useful in the thing in here. I'm not even hating. I'm just stating what we see right now when it comes to her character at the moment, because she's not doing anything. And she's so far, the way they're writing her is like, yeah, she's doing all these bad things, so I'm expecting her to actually come up and do something better, or to be useful in some way. I just need to see her be useful. Like, that's my thing here. Everybody, actually, if you think about it, everyone has a role. What is Ira's role in this whole grand scheme of things here? Because I don't know yet. Like, so, because I know Gigi's going to end up controlling the evil eye at some point, and that's going to be an excellent use of an ability. So I'm just curious what she's going to be doing here, all right? Take back what you said next episode about Ira. All right, bet. I look forward to it. All right? Sorry to go south to hate. Look, it's not hate. I'm just saying what I'm saying right now. All right? This is the observation that I see. I'm not a manga reader, so I don't know. All right? Okay. A lot of guts for a guy with no balls, exactly. But they're coming. They're coming back at some point. Oh, now, he's not with no. He has one. He has one ball. Yeah, remember? I want her to be useful, but right now she's just being annoying. Exactly. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, from the information that we have right now, anyone would feel this way about Ira's character. All right. So we gotta see where she goes from here when it comes to her development. So if you're telling me next episode she actually does do something, I look forward to it, because I'm not hating. I'm just stating what's being factual right now. We'll be seeing right now when it comes to her character. She's being useless at the moment. So I'm hoping her character becomes something else more than this. That's all I'm saying. The scene where she apologizes to Momo shows that she is not necessarily, because it's not like she can't do that. We've seen this happen in her episodes when we focus on Ira. It's not like she's not capable of showing it's not like she's not capable of apologizing and showing remorse for her actions, because she can do it, but she has to let go of this I wouldn't even say rivalry necessarily, but she needs to let go of wherever that hatred or that wherever that is about her, that she literally argues with everybody, basically. You know what I mean? Like, she has a certain type of a personality that she needs to, I think, step back from a little bit, so we can get who she actually is a little bit more here. I feel like, right? Like, there's a wall in a way that's still in her character that's kind of getting in the way, which is why we're seeing her be annoying as she is, right? I mean, I feel like that will lessen as the show goes on, which will make her a better character, right? Like, for instance, like, I say freaking Black Clover, Asa he's the most annoying character, right? But I don't hate him. Like, he was annoying for a long time until he got better. But I had to admit, he was pretty annoying in the beginning, right? Naruto, another example. I didn't like Naruto literally throughout the entirety of Naruto. And Naruto Shippuden is when I actually started liking Naruto. If you want to know a history about how I felt about Naruto, I never liked him until Shippuden happened, because he became a better character after that. Before that, he was a #1 knucklehead ninja and just being annoying the entire time. I watched the show for the first part because Rock Lee was in it. Sasuke was pretty cool. I like Neji. I like pretty much Shikamaru. Like, I liked all the other side characters that the show was giving us. And there's a lot of time and effort put into all those characters at that time. So I didn't have to look at Naruto to still enjoy the show. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm trying to say. That's not even the same thing, because these guys are main characters. Ira's not a main character in that same sense of, like, Naruto. But you know what I mean. I'm just saying, like, this is how I currently feel about it, all right? her arc's a slow burn. It seems like that's the case here, but I'm looking forward to seeing what her like transformation is going to end up being here when it comes to her character. You know what I mean? All right, basically Power, Blood Devil. See, that's not even a good comparison because I didn't like Power in the beginning either. I mean, to be fair, and this might actually shock Secret Doves here because I don't know if he knows this, but like it took, I think the International Assassin arc, yeah, for me to start actually liking characters like that. It took me about that time, I think, when I started liking the, because I mean I like Rize to an extent. So that was like the first kind of like thing that kind of broke through for me. But like the first half, like the first season, I guess you can say, of Chainsaw Man, I didn't like any of the characters. I was struggling with with the series actually. I didn't like the characters like that, like at all. I didn't like Denji. I like bro, like Aki was like okay, but he was very generic. He was freaking the Sasuke of the group, and I was like, what are you doing? What's happening? Like there's a lot of characters I just didn't really care for. So it took a minute for me to actually like get in tune with Chainsaw Man. But when I finally did and I finally understood, like I take that back now in a way because like I understand what we're trying to do with it, right? Again, writing, you know, that's how good writing can be. It can change your mind on things, and that's what it did for me. So like it took me a second to really get into it to Chainsaw Man to that extent, but yeah. Like it was generic until he realizes, yeah, exactly, right? Like I said, that's the thing I'm trying to say when it comes to like Chainsaw Man in general, when it comes to his writing, Fujimoto, like it took a second, but like the way he really put all that in there, and if you sit there and let it cook, it will deliver, basically, is what is happening here. So that's what I'm saying. All the stuff I'm talking about Ira, I'm letting it cook. I'm telling you how I feel about her right now, but I'm letting it cook because I'm pretty sure she should get better. Like, I don't expect her to be this type of character the entire show, because that would be pretty bad if that was the case. But yeah, I'm sure it was better MC than Naruto. Not counting you get hand skills. Oh my god, you don't get hand skills in the entire run of Naruto. Spoiler for Naruto, brother. Get the crap out of here, man. There's taijutsu. There's taijutsu is barely there, but it's taijutsu, man. Yeah, subversion. And it's not even bad subversion. Like, this is necessary. And we need a character to actually kind of dislike anyways in the beginning. You can't like everybody. You shouldn't like everybody. Because that tells you that the character's not written that well if you just like everybody at that point, right? I feel like you should always have a character have some flaws so they overcome it. I've talked about this all the time when it comes to writing, especially when it comes to women, that characters should have flaws so they overcome those flaws and become better persons and better individuals because of it, you know what I mean? So, like, yeah, I'm here for it. So hopefully you guys are right. I want to see what's going on with it. But where we're at right now when it comes to Don Don, it's looking interesting. The show is really good. Like, I like the series a lot. I see why other people are saying that, or why they maybe not like it, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, it does a lot for me. There's a lot of good stuff for this show, and it's one of the better shonens that I've seen in a while, actually. I have to admit, like, Don Don is an excellent series, and I hope it keeps its energy and its pace and just how good the writing is. I hope it stays consistent like this, you know what I mean? So, Don Don's it. This character that's gonna show up soon, you're gonna hate? Oh boy. God dang it. Alright, we'll see what happens, god dang it. Don Don's gas. This is also pretty good too. This is also gas. Surprising episode, actually, I'm not gonna lie. Clevantes, it's a Clevantes. Like, this show, interesting because Clevantes over here, in a way, kind of lost this episode, and I was like, oh, this guy was kind of legit. Like, this dude, he's kind of a problem, actually. He's a man that's trying to take over the freaking what is that kingdom that got destroyed by Clevantes at this point, right? Yeah. So he's apparently not alive. He's kind of like dead in a way, and he gave up his human form in order to lock up Clevantes. So I don't know how Clevantes is gonna get out of this. Man, look like he's sleeping right now. And I do wonder how that's gonna actually be when it comes to the connection between the wet nurse and the hero here, right? Because the thing is, like, the more he's like locked into that, like, does that impact his power in any way? And if it does, that's the only reason they're alive. Like, that's literally the only reason why they're alive. So if like their power actually gets sealed away, they should die too then, which means that baby's gonna have nobody. Because these are two corpses walking around protecting this baby, if you think about it. So, and like, will the hero be able to actually find Clevantes? That's the other thing, to be able to break him out. Like, Alice, yeah. I told you, sucker. Beginning of the episode, told him exactly, but he didn't listen. He was something. Clevitus is too cocky. He's like, I'm in my actual form, so therefore I'm like overpowered. But he didn't realize the humans and magic. Like he should have realized that from the episodes before, with that guy with the magic, right? You know, that bandit. Like he should have realized then there are some problems there, but he kind of didn't. Also, CJ, welcome in. Build up done right. Exactly. This is a really good build up episode. I did like this quite a bit, and I just wonder how they're actually going to get out of the situation right now, because there's other people chasing after the wet nurse and the hero right now when it comes to Alice and stuff. So I'm kind of curious of like how they're going to ultimately get out of the situation, because they're on tracks to try to get him. I mean, unless the hero kills him, but I mean even then, like it's not gonna be easy. Sucker got bugs, and the other chick, this other chick, she has an axe out, allows her to fly because she messes with metal and things of that nature. So like she's kind of almost like Magneto in a way. So yeah, I didn't think about that. That's the first thing that came to mind when I was watching. I was like, oh no, like what's gonna happen here? Didn't watch the Merlin versus Netherrealm fight. And see exactly. He did because he didn't understand. You know, it's not his fault though. It's not his fault. Clevitus probably was waiting for the hiatus to go away, and by the time that happened, you know, he was already caught. He was already locked up, bro. All right, he's already locked up, bro. I mean, the guy said this would have difficulty getting out, but it's not impossible. Question is, how long will it take for him to get exactly? Like that's the thing I'm trying to figure out. Like, how long will it take, and does that siphon his power? Like, will that actually affect these two at all? That's what I'm trying to figure out here, because I don't know. The fact this man got caught like this is like, it's not good. Man got caught lacking, and now he's caught up. Yeah. You know, these last episodes prove how entertaining the show can be without fights. Exactly. So that's for Don. But yeah, for okay, Clevitus, I like this show. Like it's found its place and it's keeping its pace at this point. And it's a solid anime. It's just overall a solid anime. I'm glad I'm watching it. Again, put this on your list if you haven't watched it yet. Like Clevitus is a good show. So let us move onwards. But actually, before I say that, is this the one that won? Is this the one that won? We're gonna find out. All right, we have another new challenger. We have another new challenger in the mix here when it comes to animes. And I just started watching this week. I got caught up with pretty much everything. And yeah, honestly, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I like this show. This is actually has my interest. It's keeping my interest. So the two main characters, Ira and then Atto. As we see here, like the main character, you see the guy, he's like thinking that's the dude, that's Ira, that's Takito, and then the girl, the elf girl, you see the heirs, like she's in the middle, that girl right there, that is Atto. So what's interesting about this is that technically speaking, in a way, they both kind of got isekai to a different world, because we come to find out that the world that they're in isn't the world from the game, because apparently he was like before. So what happened with freaking Takito? He fell asleep, it looks like. I don't know if he still fell asleep or died. I don't know what happened exactly. But he was like, you know, in his bed. He slunched over. And then when he woke up, he was in this other world with Atto. And Atto was like, hey, it's fine. I finally get to meet you. And they were so excited to see each other and everything. Because, like, you know, she's from the game. And, you know, they've been talking back and forth. And so it's kind of nice that they're actually in one place now. And so they're now trying to create their own kingdom. That's ultimately what they're trying to do here. They have dark elves because they're in that section that they're in. They found dark elves in this woods. And so they took over the woods and those dark elves, and now they're working with them. And yeah, his kingdom is growing. They're also becoming a slight threat because, like, the Holy Lands over there did a prediction, was like, hey, some evil force is coming. It might not even actually be them, funny enough, because apparently it seems as though that there might be other people that got also isekai'd in this world and have similar powers to that of like Atto, apparently here. Atto. I even say her name. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering it right. I'm butchering it wrong at this point, but you know what I'm talking about. God dang it. So ultimately, the prophecy might not even be for them. It just sucks that they did go there and they had to kill all those people. So I wonder how that Holy Land over there, how they're gonna respond to this, because their people they're not coming back. None of them are coming back. So I'm kind of curious of like how that is gonna actually affect what's going on in the woods, but they also don't have anybody to really like send over to like do any more investigations because everybody's dead. All right, like, and they're already struggling with some other entity that's up north. So like, there's a lot of like interesting stuff going on right now, and the world building is pretty good in this. I do like the characters. I liked how I kind of like how Taketo is. Taketo is a kind of, he's just shut in. He's also very shy. So it's like he has a hard time talking to other people outside of Otto. So it's funny because he finally got some other servants. Which, again, that whole situation was kind of weird how they kind of brought that up, that whole servant thing up. But I'm not even going to get into all that because the crap was like, I was like, what are we doing here? But it was not as bad as it sounds, okay? But those two servants are they're children that he's I guess trying to learn how to have conversations with, I guess, right? And so they have them there, and we kind of get their backstory, and ultimately they kind of come to a realization of certain situations that's happening, and now they're on board with him, and yeah, so it's again, I like the show. The show's nice so far. I do wonder again how far this kingdom's actually gonna grow and how strong these other entities are that are out there, especially the person that's up north. Because you see this girl, she out here with a nice dress, like she's a problem. God dang it, God. Are you still finding new animes to watch? Hey, brother. I can't be stopped. Also, blame freaking Ghost Tab. Ghost Tab's like, you need to still watch this show. You see, Ghost Tab's watching everything. He's with me right now. Ghost Tab is with me right now. I'm just saying, like he in here. Also did since that he was sealed. Exactly, that was true. Surface of Force, Clifford is one of the top animes of the season. Not number one, but really high up. I agree. I like how you add new anime each season to watch. That's what I try to do. Like, if there's something that you told me to watch, I'll go and watch it and see what's going on with it. If it's good, I'll keep up with it. This is one of those ones that will be back on my list. We'll talk about this again because this show is good. I do like it. I don't know, Gustav. Pretty original, both MC and the side piece. No, they come from... Yeah, exactly. And, like, they didn't really, like, harp... Again, a lot of isekais nowadays are not harping on the isekai nature of, like, oh, I'm in a different world. I'm kind of glad they're not doing that because, like, that whole bit is kind of done. So, like, he was just trying to figure out, okay, since we're here now, I don't understand everything that's happening, but let's see what we can do for the life we have right now in this world. And so they're just doing it. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, I appreciate that. I always appreciate that. Set up a joke in anime with the... Yeah, I didn't particularly like that either. Go sad. That's like, I'm not going to go too far into it, but that joke was kind of bad. I was like, can we not do that, please? I'm still watching way too much anime. Same. But again, I blame you, Go Sad, because like you keep telling me watch this and watch that, and I'm doing it, and that's why we have a long list of anime we're talking about right now. But not a bad show. I kind of want to say, if you like isekai animes, you might like this one, because it does have very strong isekai nature to it. Like, you need to know of certain elements of isekai for you to have a better understanding of the show that you're watching here. So if you've watched other isekais, I think you'll enjoy this. Otherwise, I feel like it really depends. It does depend. I regret nothing. God dang it. So I'll say 50-50 on this. It depends on the type of anime watcher you are, but you need to be watching anime before watching this one. That's that much I can say for certain. If you're like a casual, don't bother with this. I don't think you're gonna like it like that. So again, Apocalypse Bringer, not a bad anime. I do like it myself. So let us keep moving onwards. Now we're going on to Witch Watch. It's another second core anime that we can talk about here, because Witch Watch, real quick, I like this. It's just wholesome, funny, but also has some actual serious tone, action, and things of that nature in it. Like, it has a bit of everything. And so with this week's episode, again, the theme is love, guys. This one was more or less trying to figure out if the boy likes the girl. All right, the ogre likes the witch. Is that a thing that we're gonna do here? And so yeah, that's the whole episode kind of like revolved around that for the most part. Which again, very wholesome, very nice, very demure. You know what I'm saying? Like, just started watching Witch Watch. How you feel about it? It has been consistently good since the beginning. Yeah, it knows what it is, and it's just doing that very well, and I appreciate that. So ultimately, like I said, like this is a good episode. We come to find out, yeah, ogre boy over here, actually has some feelings. He actually does care about her a little bit, surprisingly enough, which is interesting to see. Because at first, like, they had a spell. Obviously, again, there's always a spell being used and some bullcrap going on with the goddamn spells. You know the deal, guys, right? So they put the spell on this dude to see whether or not where his emotions like lie when it comes to certain individuals. Actually, not even just her, right? Just seeing with everybody, and. But when he handed her, at first it seemed like it was nothing, or it was like a good bonding friendship, because, there was a note that, she ended up making for I can't remember the names for some reason. My brain's like not remembering the names at the moment. So that's why I'm calling him Ogre Boy. Y'all know which one I'm talking about, all right? But freaking Ogre dude over here, he ended up redoing that entire note because it got ripped up and put back together. But that note had a spell on it to always be friends. And so I thought he was like locked into a forever friendship at this point, right? But no, there's actually real emotions and real love actually being blossomed there as time went on. Also, I just realized this freaking image. I guess it's the creator of Witch Watch. I'm noticing on the, and it is, man. I'm gonna ignore that. But the whole point is he has actual emotion for her. Thank God. Now I'm gonna say this, Morihito. Thank you, Morihito. But I'm gonna say this though. Will this show actually go further into the relationship? Will it actually do it? Because I don't know. That's the thing about this. I'm very confused. Like, I'm not confused, but I'm very concerned in some sense that this might be one of those shows where it'll just keep dragging on the romance aspect of it to where it doesn't actually finish. And I don't know if we're actually going to get to that point or not, right? I mean, again, this is a shonen. It's not always like forefront of things you need to focus on, but at the same time, the show has, right now, shown us that it does want to highlight there is a connection and potential romance that can happen. So like you do need to actually follow through with that. So I do wonder if they're actually gonna do it. They're gonna hope not. I'm hoping they're not gonna play with us. That's the only thing I will say when it comes to Witch Watch that's concerning me just a bit. I don't want to watch 3 seasons of this and them still going back and forth with it. It'd be very annoying. You know what I mean? I have a feeling I would feel betrayed in some ways. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna keep that like in the back of my mind while watching this. Doesn't look like romance is the main drive of the show. Usually shows like, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, right, yeah, exactly. So like I don't know. Even Danada is doing like a lot of romance. I do expect that to actually do more. Like I do see that being like it should for Danada actually have them come together at some point. Like I do believe that's gonna happen. I just don't know about because Witch Watch, they're not really progressing at all in a way. Like I feel like this was already kind of done before. Like there's an episode similar to this with a similar ability. It's just that they didn't like go as deep as they did now in this episode to really showcase that there is love there, right? So I don't know. We'll see what happens with this. But again, regardless of the romance of this, I do like the show in of itself because there's a lot of just jokes and again the serious tones of the show can be really good. So I'm still here for it. Exactly, reminded me of that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's like they had an episode very similar to this. Just this one went deeper into the emotions of these characters here. So yeah, again, Witch Watch is good. It's a fun show. I have a good time with this usually, and I don't really have a bad time. So keep it up. And now we got Ugly Mug Epic Fighter. Man, we really going in on this. This one's a long one. I see. Good lord. Ugly Mug Epic Fighter. The quickest way I can try to like sum this up: casinos are bad. Yup. That's all I can say right there. Casinos are bad. Let me stop. But no, seriously, like casinos can be kind of bad. They're predatory. They just want to take your money. All right, that's all they're trying to do. Like they're gonna make you win and they're gonna take it all away. That's what they be doing out here, and that's what was kind of going on in this episode. One of the chicks, she got all that money, and you're like, all right, bet. Let me take your money and then get this gold card real quick. And the girl was like, but should I do it? Ugly Mug's like, no, sucker. And so ultimately, you got this freaking casino game shark over here trying to sell his freaking gold card and take everybody's money, but we come to find out actually he's not even just taking people's money. This guy kind of evil. He's trying to make everybody broke. Yeah, he's like he has evil deeds all going on up in here. There's freaking body parts falling out of freaking bags. Like he's out here killing people. Like you know what I mean? Like it's a whole ring situation. All right, yeah, he killing people. Like he evil. Like it's not even about just taking money. Like what are you doing, sir? So now they got to figure out how to take out this whole casino, and so they're going undercover, right? And they trying to go up in there, and they had like this little epic moment where all the characters come together, like, do the pose. So they posing, Casino, exactly. Casinos are bad. I remember the Last Jedi. Why you gotta bring that up? Wait. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? But no, like, ultimately, we'll see how it goes. Will the girl still be gullible? I don't know. Ugly Mug is over there trying to help. So we'll see what happens. Not a bad episode though. I did enjoy this. First, let me get some water. For some reason, I'm getting cooked right now. Excuse me. I need a bit of a water break right there. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's the heat in here or something. I don't know. I just started feeling weird all of a sudden. I was like, ooh, what's going on right now? Is it because this man's so ugly that it's hurting me or something? Am I taking chip damage? Am I taking chip damage right now? Thabreakmaster really goes to have? Really? Okay. But again, this is a good episode. I enjoyed it. Ugly Mug, it's a solid anime. And it's a solid isekai. Like, I don't know, the whole thing with the special notes was a nice touch. And someone that can actually see the special notes was even a nicer touch. Like, I can't really hate on the show. It does a really good job. So overall, yeah, this is good. Let's keep it going. But did it win? Potentially, maybe. Stay tuned, all right? So stay tuned. And now we got Hikaru. Summer Hikaru died. This episode is... Actually, this show is good. I like this show quite a bit, actually. And it keeps showing me why I like this show. Because this week's episode, man... So, it was nice to see Hikaru and, Yoshika? Yeah, Yoshika. I can't remember her name. Yoshika, decided to hang out with other friends. And then kind of like, came to Hikaru's house. And there's, shooting fireworks, being nice and all that. It was nice, wholesome fun. I was like, okay, this is good. This is nice. And then come to find out, one of the friends has like abilities, can kind of see like the other world, the other side. And so the problem here is the fact that she can see that means she can actually see Hikaru. That's not Hikaru. Like, she knows that's not Hikaru. And it's like, oh no. And so Hikaru's like, oh, snaps, Oh, he started panicking. He was about to kill that girl. I was like, oh. And then Yoshika's like, hey, whoa, buddy, were you really about to kill her? And he's like, look, I don't know. And so this episode really highlights the difference here of the perception of things, of your understanding. Yoshika, he's sitting here. Yoshiki, thank you, Yoshika. Yoshiki. Hikaru is gas, yes, right, getting into the, look, man, it is what it is. But, when it comes to this, they have two different ideologies when it comes to the importance of life. Because Hikaru isn't a being of living. That's, like, the easiest way I can explain it. Like, he's not living in that sense, right? He's inside a dead body, basically, and is inhabiting it and controlling and living in that manner. But he doesn't have the same concept, because all he thinks of when it comes to Hikaru is like, oh, your body just becomes a different form. It doesn't matter if you die or not. Like, you're just a different form, and that's just what it is. Like, you might be better off in that other form than in this form, for all we know. But again, Yoshiki, on the other hand, is like, no. Like, you want to be able to keep people alive. Like, there's still things you want to do in the actual world here. And then he had to actually ask the question, like, okay, so, like, were you lying about not wanting to kill me? And he's like, no, I wasn't. But again, it goes back to Hikaru that he doesn't understand his own emotions, because Hikaru, the real Hikaru, again, loves Yoshiki. So that's why he don't want to necessarily let that go, and he don't want to just kill him, because he can't do that, because the emotions are so strong that he can't bypass what Hikaru actually feels is the thing here, right? So yeah, it's a lot going on here. And the thing is, it was kind of annoying to me a little bit, because Yoshiki ended up walking away. He freaking bumped into him, he shoulder bumped him, and then never came back. Like, the whole trip was done. And then at the end of the episode, he's like, oh, by their door. And he's like, are we going to school together? It's like, Seka, you didn't even apologize. You didn't even say nothing. Just like, go sit somewhere. My thing is, Yoshiki is supposed to actually try to teach Hikaru about life, about the different things to be alive, to be human, right? So if he's going to do that, these are the misunderstandings that's going to happen. And he needs to actually understand you're not dealing with an entity that has morals like killing bad, right? He doesn't understand the meaning or the reason behind that. Because we also find out, yeah, he did kill that freaking old lady. He did do it. So he has to teach him these things. And so hopefully next week's episode, he tries to do that. I don't know if he will, and I don't even know if he'll even get the chance, because it depends. Like, more people are knowing about Hikaru not being Hikaru. So with that being out there, I do wonder if this is gonna snowball for that dude with the glasses to be able to find him and then lock him up or seal him or do whatever he has to do, right? I do wonder about this, because his identity is becoming more out there. So yeah, again, this show's good. I like this a lot. I like the premise. I like the mystery behind this show. I'm invested. I'm heavily invested. This is a very good show. All right. It was would have came hand in the first episode. Yes. I mean, funny enough, Ghost if she just said something at that time, this whole thing would have been like nipped in the butt like that quick. But unfortunately, that didn't happen because she didn't know what to do at the time. So, yeah, you know, it's just it'd be like that, unfortunately, you know. But Hikaru, the summer Hikaru died. Gas, okay. Look, better say this. Sorry if you so you wait if you unga so he could bunga what. What? All right, you confusing me, man. Let's move on to the next anime. So still more. Oh no, it's not. Is that it? Or did I already talk about solo camping? Did I talk about solo camping? I think I did. I think that was the first one. Yeah, that was the first one. All right, I think we're good. We're done. Oh my god. I thought there was more. I was like, bro, there's so many animes. I'm gonna like cut it down, maybe one or two more shows, so it doesn't get this long. Cause good God, there's a lot of anime. And I gotta remember all of it. That's why I couldn't remember everybody's names like that. And some I had a list. Some I had a list to be able to remember their names because there's a lot of characters. But we gotta ask the question: what is anime of the week? Also, I got another little section here. Who was the best character this week? What was the best character? Who was the best character out of all the shows we've seen thus far? Who you would put in the week category of best character? I'm curious. I'm curious. For me, I'm gonna go Okarun. Okarun's is the best character this week because you know why? He showed how protective he is over Ayase. It's like I cared about her way too much to a point where he's like, I gotta learn how to punch. I gotta show you how to do it. All right. Grinto was also very good too. So, okay, yeah. Mokun. Okay, I see. Look, I see y'all agree. Y'all doing it though. Y'all doing it. But I'm gonna put freaking Okarun. I feel like Don Don's not gonna really win much, so I'm gonna just be a little on the bias side and just go ahead and give him one dub since we're starting this up real quick. I don't have an image yet, but I will start having images of the character of the week because I think it's necessary. So this is a little snippet of something here. All right, yeah, the car from Let's Go. All right, buddy. So the anime of the week. What are we choosing, guys? What are we choosing? It's like, look, don't go stab. It's like a sucker took that car. What do we choose for anime of the week? I'm kind of curious because I do have a pick, and I think it's appropriate because it kind of works at the end of the day here. Because it could be Clevitus. It was a good episode. It could be solo camping. You know what I'm saying? Look, I gotta pick Reverse. Anime of the week for me has to be 2 Hero X. That wasn't discussed. And I didn't talk about 2 Hero X. I didn't do that. Shoot, I feel like at this point I might end up having you come in here just to explain 2 Hero X because like you're more into it than I am at this point. So yeah, but that is a good pick though, Anna. That is a good pick. I'm gonna have to actually go stab on this one, and yeah, Rebirth Verse wins again. This is like Blue Lock all over again. But this time, Rebirth Verse is finally taking over. It's taking over. This is one of the most solid animes out of this season so far. All right, special guest, and exactly. Yes, you be the special guest. Super X is freaking fantastic. I freaking love that show. Like I said, I didn't even talk about every show I'm watching. There's a lot of anime I'm watching. It's like 15 shows I think in total. So yeah, I'm watching a lot, and that's why I was behind because I had to catch up. You know what I'm saying? We gotta watch this stuff, all right? I did not peep City, but Anna did. Anna has been watching it, and Anna's like, it's okay. So I'm gonna take her word for it. I'm gonna take her word for it. Yeah. See, exactly. It's meh. I regret recommending this anime so much once it drops the ball. Go sad. Why do you think it's gonna drop the ball? He said, dang, this thing's not gonna be good here in the next couple of episodes. Just watch. Watch this. Is this the most you've ever watched in one season? I think so, actually. Honestly, that's though. Even back in my heyday when I was watching anime, I don't think I was watching like 15 different animes. I don't think I was watching this much. Maybe 10 or 11. So I think this could potentially be the most I've ever watched. But to be fair, this season is really freaking good. So I can see why I'm watching so much. So, I mean, Blue dropped. Yeah, it really dropped the ball. I should say animation quality. I mean, it only dropped the ball because the ball was not even animated. So like, what are we talking about? Anime Studio dropped the ball with Blue Lock. Second season had the best arc. I don't even know why they. Like I said, it hurts. It hurts. It just hurts. Okay. I don't even want to talk about it no more. All right. But that concludes seasonal talk. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate y'all. I gotta start cooking and getting the stuff together because the stuff I gotta do. All right. And yeah. I will be back on Monday over on the not YouTube, over on the Twitch side of things, twitch.tv/Thabreakmaster. So, you know, we gotta do some adulting, but that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be going back over there playing some more Lies of P. And hopefully we can be another boss this time around and not struggle so much, right? Because we're not really struggling in the game so far. Like Lies of P has been a very easy coasting of a game. I do appreciate it so far, right? Hey, thank you all for being here. There's a lot of people up in here right now, so I appreciate you guys. So if you guys can real quick, for everybody that's in here, can y'all like the stream? Helps with the algorithm, pushes out to more people so we can have more conversations about the animes that we are discussing and talking about. So if y'all can do that, I do appreciate that a lot. It helps out a lot, all right? It helps out more than you realize. Hey, you too, man. You too. Y'all all have a good weekend, okay? Because I'm going to be out of here. Anna should be streaming the next couple of hours, so do expect to see her stream also as well. And, yeah. Drink y'all. I can't even talk right now. Drink your goddamn water. Take your goddamn vitamins. I will catch you guys in the next one. Until then, people.